Welcome to Brawlhalla.
However, our next matchup, Animefan versus Shadow0q is up next. And they're already ready. They just started their round. They said, no, we're not telling anyone. We're going. And they're going straight into it. And let's see how it goes.
Shadow0q12 has a special place in my heart because he played in my tournaments before we even got BMG sponsored. He played in my second Galaxy Cup, and that was where he won with this level 100 Jiro. And that was back when he was on Xbox. So honestly, Shadow0q, it's been amazing to see how much he's been improving over the past year, or almost 2 years actually, that he's been playing in these tournaments. And let's see how he does against Animefan. Animefan also has been playing for a while in my tournaments. So. Well,
yeah, Shadow0q and Animefan have been a big member when it comes down to community attendee, tournament attendees, right? They've been in a variety of different events, and Shadow0q has been around since 2019. And with that being said, Animefan does knock out Shadow0q, but when it comes down to Animefan, he's been around for a while as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. Like I've been primarily seeing him in 2v2s, of course, teaming with Dog, but honestly, he's not someone to just completely look over for 1v1s. He's insane in that category too, as he's taken this first stock away from Shadow0q12. Now, the one thing I've been a bit confused about is who Animefan actually like mains or plays. Oh my god! Maybe it's Val.
Oh Lord, I don't know at this rate. I mean, like, I was gonna say like maybe a Taros that I recognized in the past, but maybe not anymore. Jesus. And this is a Val crossover too, so I mean, this is exactly what we saw last round. And Shadow0q is playing that Jira. Oh, gave up that control, but Animefan goes too far in. Shadow0q trying to take the opportunity to land it, and Animefan's out of that first stock. But Shadow0q has a long way to go if he wants to bring this back into his favor.
Oh, what is happening? Either way, Shadow0q has a huge lead to try and has a huge mountain to go over to try and get this first game off of Animefan. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it, but we'll see what happens. He was able to beat him before. Can he do it again? I don't know.
I don't know, but Animefan won with 2 stocks over Shadow0q. And I think maybe, I don't know what, did he report his characters for that set? Let me look. I'm wondering what he specifically played against Animefan in the past. Let me pop up Shadow0q here while we're going into game number 2, but I don't see any character reports, but yeah, it was a 2-1. It was also a best out of 3. So it's not like it's a best of 5. Best out of 5s are the type of, are I would say the official format of proving who's better than another player, because you can just have one player win off of something random twice. Yeah. So usually that best out of 5 kind of fixes that. So I think right now Animefan wins game 1, and I think Shadow0q is like, you know what, I'm not letting that happen again. What did I do against Animefan to win that set? So right now it looks like Animefan starting to go crazy with the gauntlets, and I think Shadow0q is just trying to be aggressive, and I think Animefan's starting to counter it a little bit. But right now Animefan coming in with that gauntlet recovery, silent recovery, and Animefan is now down to that, or Shadow0q is now down to that second stock of theirs. And we'll see what happens here. I mean, Animefan's starting to do some damage build up, and it looks like Shadow0q is just launching Animefan into that orange of the first stock, trying to get the damage build knockout. Misses the neutral air. Animefan's throwing out different attacks, and Shadow0q is really not punishing the missing attacks right now, Space.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Shadow0q, but let's see how he does. He grabs the gauntlets again, trying to go for the Sair to approach him, but he managed to catch his dodge, or not catch his dodge, but he caught him with no dodge at the side there. Yeah, and I mean, right now, I mean, it's a 1 stock lead for
Anime Fan, and I think Shadow's like, okay, I gotta get this knockout. I gotta get this knockout option. And I think Shadow does pretty decent when it comes down to knockout options. But as I say that, Anime Fan uses a knockout option, knockout Shadow0q's second stock.
Wow, this is... Alright, I might need to see the replays of those other sets, because from what I'm seeing, we've had a bunch of these like really massive leads coming from Anime Fan. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, Anime Fan, we saw it last round. He had 2 stock lead last round. Now, will Shadow0q bring this back? And I think that's going to come down to really countering Anime Fan's gauntlets. I mean, they're doing it pretty decently well, but they have to move themselves away from the sidelights and these different attacks that Anime Fan's throwing out with those gauntlets. And Shadow0q gets ground pounded a little bit. Neutral light coming in. Ooh. We see a second one, but it misses the recovery from Shadow0q. That dare comes in as well, but will it be enough? Even if Shadow0q gets this knockout, which he might in here in 3, 2. Oh, that was close. That recovery comes in. Ground pound Anime Fan with the ground pound knockout, and Shadow0q is throwing out these attacks, and Anime Fan is just approaching them right afterwards and doing these rebuttals very, very well. And Shadow0q, we're not seeing a whole lot of that at the moment.
Yeah, honestly, Anime Fan has been doing absolutely fantastic in this matchup. All right, he is one more game away from going into the losers quarterfinals to fight against.
3, 2, 1,
trying to think. How did the bracket? Whatever. Either way, he is up 2-0 in this set. All right, these gauntlets are doing so much work against Shadow0q right now. But let's see how he does. Shadow0q trying to go for the nair, trying to get that nair juggle off the top of the stage. Both of them just trying to find any sort of way to approach each other. But Anime Fan finally breaking the silence with that weapon throw. Both of these players, it's been a solid 30 seconds. Not much damage has been put on the board right now. But the dash jump. Oh, the ground pound. I didn't expect that to hit. You can tell the amount of pressure that Anime Fan is putting on Shadow0q off stage with that ground pound. With that move alone has been putting so much pressure onto Shadow0q. He is already on deep red for this.
Ooh. Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, Anime Fan is the gauntlets are going nuts, and I think Shadow0q's main issue is those gauntlets. That's why Anime Fan's throwing them out. And if you're Shadow0q, you want to stay on platform for sword build-up, or sword combo build-up, but you also want to have maybe going off edge a little bit. So I want to see if Shadow is going to bring Anime Fan off edge. But I'm assuming a lot of players nowadays are not trying to do that because the amount of jumps that you have on off the ledge now that kind of dropped in one of the most recent Brawlhalla patches.
Yeah, but it seems Shadow is being a lot more careful this game than he was the past 2 other games. All right, because look at how much he's been sort of making. Okay, well, that's what he needs to stop doing, going off stage with Anime Fan. All right, if I've been seeing a lot of like Shadow0q gameplay, I honestly nice uppercut. I honestly see like the moment Shadow0q goes off stage with Anime Fan's gauntlets, the stock is like really in jeopardy of being lost there.
Yeah, and I think you know what? I think if you're Shadow, you want to throw Anime Fan off edge, but you have to have them controlled off edge. And Anime Fan does land the ground pound knockout, and what I mean by that is the way that Shadow0q knocked out Anime Fan that first stock was that he threw Anime Fan kind of jumped too high to the point where Shadow0q can punish him, and that's where Shadow's probably going to want to have Anime Fan. Anime Fan needs to go for these jump options for Shadow0q to really do these damage buildups, but the sword gameplay is starting to pop off from Shadow0q, knocking Anime Fan into the orange, and maybe that's what happened in the winner side of the bracket where Shadow0q beat Anime Fan. I think it has a lot to do with maybe the weapon choice, because Shadow0q is going crazy against Anime Fan's sword. Oh, and as I say that, gauntlets go burr. And Shadow's still alive on that final stock. Can he do some knockout options on Anime Fan and make this a possibility for him to win? Oh, that hit.
Oh, no.
That signature, the signature has unique hitboxes, and I think the signature overall threw Shadow0q off to the point where Animefan kind of pushed Shadow0q off that ledge, and Shadow0q just misstepped with his, or he just misinputted it, and Animefan got that a lovely knockout option. So very nice job coming out of Animefan.